Hi everyone, it's Natalie and welcome to the start of this reading vlog. I am coming to you after I have already finished filming for this vlog because I had an intro for this that was like the most emotionless thing you have ever seen in your life, because there are two vibes for this vlog. I am either screaming unhinged or I am tired but still trying to express my emotions about blue flags. So it's an interesting one. But basically this is the second part of my reading vlog where I read Blue Flag. I read volumes 5, 6, 7, and 8 in this vlog, and it was a journey getting through this series, and I'm really happy I got to document that journey for y'all. Anyway, as a warning, this vlog will be full of spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers for this series, please click away, though I will have timestamps, so if there are certain volumes you have read already, but you haven't read others, then you can watch certain parts of the vlog and know exactly when to stop watching. Anyway, I will let Past Me take it away and both show you how dead inside I am as a college student and also how unhinged I am and emotional I am while I'm reading this series. Hi everyone, it is November something. The 9th? I think it's the 9th. It's probably the 9th. So today I started volume 5. I'm like 25% in, I would say, more or less. I wanted to start this sooner, but I have had very few brain cells. And honestly, I probably could have kept putting it off because I have been enjoying it, because there's no way for me to not enjoy this series. But I definitely feel like I have been struggling to kind of get everything that's going on in here. But overall, I still think it's very, very, very cute. In this volume, Futaba and Taichi are officially dating now. Taichi is super adorable. He's so excited that he has a girlfriend and he keeps like thinking about it. He keeps repeating it to himself. He's like, I have a girlfriend. I love that. It's very, very sweet. This volume though so far is only confirming to me that Taichi is bisexual. Like the bisexual energy that this boy has, because he literally was so dramatic when he took a moment to tell Toma that he's now dating Futaba. He was like so serious about it. He was like, I have to tell you something, something like that. And he was very dramatic. And I'm like, sir, why can't you say this like it's chill? Questions. And the way he looks at Toma whenever a girl is interacting with Toma, interesting. Like not for a single second do I doubt that Taichi is into Futaba. I 100% believe that, but I also 100% believe that he is into Toma. I'm like, you are in bi denial and I can understand that, respect that, but that is what is happening. That's how I feel, at least. And then there's a side character here that I don't know how to feel about her. She's kind of spending a lot of time with Taichi, and we're not really sure if she's doing that because she wants to use Taichi to get close to Toma. We're not sure if she's just doing that because she wants to. It's unclear exactly what's going on. So I don't know how to feel about her. I haven't exactly liked her in the previous volumes. She has showed up. I just haven't mentioned her in the first part of the vlog because she was mostly irrelevant. But anyway, we shall see what happens with her. She is called Mami. I'll update you again when I have made more progress. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I am unhinged. I feel like singing to y'all. So there was the little feature of In the End by Linkin Park, because I was watching Bow Ties and Books while I was taking a shower, and they referenced the song, and I was like, I feel like singing today, this evening, this night. It is like 10 p.m. on November 11th, and I am exhausted, unhinged, and feeling musical. Anyway, we're not here for me to sing. Y'all are here because I'm supposed to update you on Blue Flag Volume 5. So, I finally finished this today. I have no idea what I'm rating this volume. Probably 4 stars. I don't feel like it was my favorite volume in the series so far, but I did enjoy it. It was definitely a solid volume. So I think the last time I updated you all, I was talking about how I wasn't convinced about how I felt about Mommy, but now I definitely love her. I stan. She is iconic. She is incredible. She deserves all the rights, because she really goes off in this volume about how boys and girls are not allowed to be friends, and it's always seen as strange when a boy and a girl are close friends, and how when a boy starts dating a girl, it's like assumed that he has to stop being friendly with anyone who's a girl, essentially. And so Mommy is like, bitch, I just want to be friends with Taichi. Like, is that a crime? Absolutely iconic, incredible, amazing. The other aspect of that conversation as well was Mommy talking about how it's kind of normal for girls to say they wish they had been born a guy, because it's like about the fact that like boys can do certain things that girls aren't allowed to do. And then she talked about how like it's not the same when a boy says that. Like when a boy says that he wished he had been born a girl, most of the time the assumption is that what they're trying to say is that they like boys, and if they had been born a girl, they could be openly with a boy, right? And that actually references back to another volume in this series. I think it was actually volume 4 or 3, where Toma and Futaba are having a conversation, and Toma tells Futaba, I'm pretty confident, that he wishes he was a girl. And I was like, the attack. And I feel like Futaba was kind of making that connection, because the expression she had on her face when Mommy was saying all this stuff was giving something. it was giving something. So I love that. And then this volume, of course, ends in like a very dramatic line, because that's what this author loves doing, ending volumes in cliffhangers. And so it's this tense scene where Toma's talking to one of his friends, and his friend is literally like, Toma, be straight with me. What are you hiding? Is Toma gonna come out? Questions I have. Is there anything else about this volume I want to say? I think those are the highlights, honestly. Solid. Probably will give this 4 stars, because even though Mommy was like preaching truth in this volume, there wasn't enough. It was not serving enough for me to love it as much as other volumes in the series. But Taichi was still super, super cute, and Futaba was also super, super cute. The two of them together are precious. You can hear my cat screaming, singing the song of her people in the background, because she is also feeling musical. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't have brain cells. So I will update you again next time. Okay, it is update time, but not really. It is November 19th, maybe. I don't know. It is a day. And I went to the library and picked up the last volume of Blue Flag. Very, 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 very excited about this. So ready to pick up the next volume 6, 7, and 8 and see how this ends. Although, disclaimer, I do already know how it ends because my friend way back when spoiled it for me, and I was reminded when I was doing something else, and then I was like, oh, I actually know how this ends, but that doesn't matter. You will still get my responses to the rest of the series and the conclusion, of course. So after I went to the library to pick this up, I went to a used bookstore and I bought some books. Should I have done that? No. Did I? Correct. So the first one is There There by Tommy Orange. I know nothing about this. I picked this one up, and Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson, mostly because I anticipate these in the future being books I use in the classroom in some shape or form. So when I saw them for cheap, I was like, I have to pick these up. I need them in my library. So I'm not really going to go over what any of these are about. And then I saw this collection of American Indian stories, and I was like, I also definitely need that. And I have read stuff by Sit Khalsa before, so that's also kind of why I was excited when I saw this. And then I also got Follow Me to Ground because this hardcover was $6.50, and I was like, I need that. So I have heard really good things about this one. I think it's another weird read. I'm currently reading Bunny by Mona Awad, which is a very weird read. So excited about this one. And then the last one I got was Kingdom of Copper because I wanted to complete my set. I have the first book and the third book. I haven't read the third book yet, but I have read this book before. So I was like, I need to complete the trilogy. So it is in my hands. I found it literally on a box on the floor at the bookstore. So excited that I saw it. So I'm happy. And the next time I will update you, it will be, you know, once I have actually read a volume of Blue Flag or started a volume of Blue Flag. Okay, y'all, it is Thanksgiving Day. If you hear the sounds of a lawnmower in the background, I apologize, but I'm sick and tired of waiting for this man to be done, okay? I need to make this update, okay? So it's happening regardless. Also, we are not talking about the fact that there is a man mowing the lawn on Thanksgiving. Like, let's not get into it, okay? We are here because I finished a volume 6 of Blue Flag and it completely annihilated me. I have been destroyed, absolutely destroyed. This volume did not go where I was expecting it to go. It was giving vibes I was not expecting it to give. Truly, it has been an experience. So let's take it back. I started this a couple of days ago, but I've been busy, so I only read a little bit the first day that I read it, again, a few days ago. And then yesterday I didn't read at all, and today I sat down this morning and was like, you know what? I feel like reading Blue Flag, and then I could not stop reading it. First of all, Tai Chi is like so bisexual in this volume. Like, it is awe-inspiring, relatable, iconic, incredible. Like, I'm gonna have to show you some moments. Like, first of all, we have this moment. I said it in the first part of this vlog, the way Tai Chi looks at Toma, not heterosexual, not heterosexual. Like, am I making things up? Am I seeing things? I don't think so. And then let me look for one of the interactions with Futaba, because it truly is bisexual energy, okay? Inspiring. Inspiring. Like, there's this whole part where they end up going, Tai Chi and Futaba end up going to Tai Chi's house, and they're basically blushing the whole entire time. Like, this I don't know if you can see that clearly in this shot, but these kinds of expressions, blushy faces, is what's happening all the time. Like, it's so obvious that Taichi has a thing for Futaba, but also for Toma. Like, this volume makes it unquestionable, okay? Unquestionable. What an attack on my person. But what's truly an attack on my person is all the different ways that Taichi shows like for real interest in Toma in this volume. I'm looking for another one, because again, I don't go super into cute interactions between Futaba and Taichi, because like they're super adorable, they're super cute, they're super obvious to me that they're romantic and sweet and wholesome. So I'm like, I don't feel like I have to prove that as much, because it's already obvious to me that the interest is there. But then there's this other moment where Taichi's thinking back on Toma, and the facial expression he remembers, this face. Very, 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 very heterosexual. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let me look for another of the iconic moments. This volume was full of iconic moments, if I'm being honest, but I have to start first with the bisexual energy because it was destroying me. Here was another one. Like, why in these two panels, why does like Taichi look discombobulated, shocked, surprised, like he has never seen Toma in his life before? Like, what is this face? I just think it's very bisexual. That's all I'm saying. Oh, this is one of the big ones. Wait a second. This. Okay, that is Toma. These are Taichi's hands. Like, they are in the school's festival and there's a haunted house and Taichi gets really scared and he can't determine if Toma is real or not, if it's really him or not. And so he keeps like shaking Toma, and then he just focuses on his chest. Heterosexual. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Paz interior. Paz interior. There's one more, at least one more moment where Taichi was extremely heterosexual. Oh, all right. Here. They are sharing crepes because Toma wanted to get crepes. And this face, and then this face, as a response. I see. And then the grabbing, and then eating Toma's crepe as well. Yes. Yes. Heterosexuality is the only thing present in this manga series. Anyway, I think those were the major ones. You know, apart from the big fat I love you in the end of this volume, like Toma finally comes out and admits that he likes Taichi, and literally the ending of this volume is the love confession. And of course we don't see Taichi's response. All we see is his like eyes bulging out as Toma is continuing to say that he's liked Taichi for a long time. And then there's just the shock. There's just the shock. And Toma's just like relieved that he's finally said it. And then, sorry? That's how we end? An attack on my person. An attack on my person. Disrespectful. Even more disrespectful, these bonus art panels. Like, how am I supposed to recover from this iconic energy and this iconic energy? How? And then we have strength.
Natalie. Strength. Then we have that Masumi has a whole conversation with Toma's, I guess you can call her kind of like a stepmom, because she's the wife of Toma's older brother who takes care of him. So Masumi has a whole conversation about her where she comes out because she's trying to understand if she, Akiko, I think is her name, would be accepting if Toma came out. So she's trying to figure that out, as well as at the same time she's been wanting to come out. So she confesses essentially to Akiko, and that whole conversation is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's amazing because Masumi's trying to get Akiko to talk about what does it mean to want your child to be happy? Like, what does that happiness look like for you? And Akiko essentially says, like, all I want is for them to be genuinely happy. If he is genuinely happy, that's what matters to me. And it doesn't matter to me if his likes or interests are strange or whatever. What matters to me is his joy. And that is just something that is so deeply personal to me. And then we have more Mami content. Mami being iconic, incredible, truly, we stan. We did not stan before, but between volume 5 and volume 6, Mami is an icon. An icon. Incredible. Fantastic. Phenomenal. She keeps standing up for herself and being like, leave me alone, because she has one of her friends who keeps trying to say like, I love you, why don't you love me, why don't you want to be with me? And she's like, bro, leave me alone, I just want to be friends. And she has another argument with him where she is a master at completely destroying that teenage boy, and I love it. She is everything. I'm obsessed. And is there more that I can say here? Is there more? I'm not sure, but this volume was serving so much. It was giving so much. And I don't have words. I have said as much as I can with a rational mind. I'm done. I might update you later again today because I'm probably gonna start volume 7 because I will lose my mind otherwise. So, see you then. Okay, y'all, final update for today. I started volume 7 of Blue Flag. I am almost 3/4 of the way through, more or less, kind of. I'm suffering because in this volume we're still, I mean, as far as I am in the volume, Taichi is still processing Toma confessing his feelings, so he hasn't really said what he thinks about the situation. And whenever he is a little bit close to saying something, everyone is essentially like speaking over him about the situation, and so he just ends up being silent, and it is hurting my heart. There was this whole page that absolutely wrecked me because I knew it was gonna happen, because as we have established, I think it was in the first part of this vlog, Taichi is oblivious. He's my bisexual baby. I'm 100% confident that he's bisexual, but he doesn't know that yet. And he is still processing that that's even a thing that can happen. So there's this whole page where in that moment where Toma was confessing, he thinks back on it and says, it was like I was staring at a stranger. What do you mean you love me, Toma? I don't get it. It makes no sense. Everything I've ever seen, the whole world I've ever known, it's as if it all got turned upside down. So like this is something that Taichi had never contemplated as a possibility, even though clearly he's been grappling for a while now with these emotions that he does not know how to name or how to pinpoint. So, whew, killing me softly. And then what else happens here? There's interesting conversations here that I don't feel like I fully agree with what is being said, but in essence, it's about giving people grace. Like, you can't force the issue. If someone is struggling with something, you can't force them to understand, but at the same time, you can't not challenge them. So in this scenario, there's a little bit more of trying to give grace to one of Toma's friends who is very upset about the fact that Toma in essence has come out, but in a lot of ways he has been outed. It's complicated because really he was confessing something to Mommy, and then two of his friends overheard it, and I don't know how it ended up spreading because I'm pretty confident neither of those two friends would have outed him. So the point is that rumors started spreading, and I lost my train of thought, but the whole thing is that it's a complicated situation, and one of those friends is really struggling with the fact that Toma is gay. So they're trying to give him grace, but honestly, I was with Mommy's friends who were like ripping him to shreds. I'm like, get him, get his homophobic ass, do it. Anyway, it was still an interesting conversation to include in here, and I did appreciate that that was done. What else is happening here? Ooh, Mommy figures out that Masumi has a crush on Futaba. Iconic. And she essentially tells Masumi, you need to stop with this whole nobody understands me act, because if you don't allow people the room to understand you, then of course they're not going to understand you. Honestly, Mommy only ever serves truth. Mommy is an icon. Everything, almost everything she says can be quoted, like put it on your wall, because she is only speaking truth. So really enjoying this so far. Looking forward to completing it, but I'm pretty confident that will be tomorrow or the day after that. So we'll update you again once this is done. Oh, Jesus. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm walking to campus. I'm running late. You know, normal life. You're gonna hear cars probably. It's fine, it's life. I finished volume 7 of Blue Flag. I'm completely annihilated, destroyed in my soul. Someone is coming, so I'm gonna stop this. Where fucking was I? Having a crisis. I finished volume 7. Of course, I almost cried on the bus, because that's what I do when I'm reading Blue Flag, on the bus. This volume tried to kill me, murder me. Of course, part of it is because I fucking love childhood crushes, and we had pages upon pages of seeing Taichi from Toma's perspective when they were children, and oh, deep breaths, deep breaths. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. My point being, childhood crushes, reminiscing, it gets to me, fucking gets to me. And then Toma feeling guilty about the pain and hurt he's caused people. That is also a lot. Paz interior. Paz interior. So, I've tried updating you
earlier today. It's December 1st. I did not say it was December 1st. That's the day of today. Part of what killed me of volume 7, I already talked about, which was all the childhood memories and Toma feeling guilty about all the tension he's causing in his friendships, his relationships, and the way that he knows that Taichi is upset about the confession. He doesn't really understand where Taichi is coming from, which is totally valid and understandable, but he's suffering. So then I'm suffering. And then Toma had this whole conversation with his older brother where I keep breathing because I'm trying to keep it together. It's like 10:30 p.m. at night. I just got home from campus. I'm processing. So he has this whole conversation where in some ways Toma's brother is like, I'll support you no matter what you decide, but I will push back. Like, Toma hasn't officially come out to his brother yet. I'm thinking that he has some sense of it, some feeling, some inkling that that's the situation. So he sits him down for this conversation and he's like, listen, playing by society's rules is easier. And if you're going to do something that is against the law, at least talk to me about it so that I can equip you to, you know, survive the situation. And at the same time, he's like, you can tell me anything, but I am going to push back against it if I think it's going to hurt you. But if you ultimately choose it anyway, I'm going to be there for you, which is a lot of mixed signals for Toma naturally. And Toma doesn't really know how to respond to that. I wouldn't know how to respond to that if I were in his situation. And that was kind of what broke me about that volume. Let me see if there's something else I didn't mention about this volume that I should. So yeah, basically part of what's going on here, I think I might have talked about it earlier, is Taichi is beginning to try to process the confession and everything that's happened. And I started volume 8 and he is still really struggling with everything because in essence, because Toma is popular, people are taking his side, I guess, in the situation. Like, some of the girls are like, oh, they should totally be together. Why doesn't he want to be with Toma? And other people are like, what does he even see in Taichi? Like, he's not even that cute. And Taichi's just there like, why am I the villain in this situation, even though I haven't done anything? Like, his choice has been inaction, no response, because he deep breaths. He's dealing, I mean, there's no other way for me to talk about this without me fully just going into how he's bisexual. I know I've already talked about this before, but like, there's literally no other way to read this situation. Taichi is conflicted because from the start of the series, he had strong feelings for both Toma and Futaba, but it was much easier for him to process his feelings for Futaba as romantic than his feelings for Toma as romantic. And so now that it's come to a head where Toma has put it in his head that that's even something that's possible, that feeling that way towards a boy is something that can genuinely happen, he is in denial about his own feelings and about how this is something that's part of him too. And so it's really tough to read about him in this situation because I just want to give him a hug. Like, his feelings are so valid and he's in conflict because he thinks he has to choose one of them. He really believes in this dichotomy of like, there's your lover and there's your friend, and one of them has to come on top. And so he even has this stress dream where both Futaba and Toma are in danger, and he has to pick one of them to save, and he can't pick. And he hasn't come to the realization that he doesn't have to pick. He doesn't have to love one of them more than the other. He doesn't have to sacrifice one over the other. The choice is more about the romantic feelings in and of themselves. Like, you don't have to say, like, okay, I pick Futaba, so Toma, I don't want you in my life anymore. Just like he doesn't have to pick Toma and say, Futaba, I don't want you in my life anymore. So yeah, I'm just having an emotional crisis, trying very hard not to cry on camera, which is why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking. And the camera, if it's shaking, it's because I keep moving my feet and accidentally kicking the table where this phone is on a stand and whatever. So something else that happens here, which is another of the frustrations I have, not in a bad way, just in the it makes me emotional way, is that Toma and Futaba finally have this confrontation, because actually Futaba's don't want to go after him. She's like, okay, we're gonna talk, essentially. And she's frustrated because she knows that Taichi is figuring out his feelings. She knows that Taichi hasn't decided, I want to date Futaba or I want to date Toma. She can realize, she sees that there is a conflict within him. And so she's upset because Toma essentially threw a wrench in their relationship by confessing to Taichi. And so they then start having this whole argument where they're trying to compliment each other and essentially be like, no, you're amazing at this, no, you're amazing at that, no, you're amazing at that. Because in essence, they're both wonderful, lovely teenagers, and they can see what anyone else, but also what Taichi sees in the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, Futaba had a crush on Toma, so she knows what Taichi could see in Toma, you know? And Toma's just a wonderful boy, so he sees Futaba, and he sees the way that Taichi has been interacting with Futaba, and in general, the way that Futaba engages in life. And he's like, she's a lovely person. Of course, Taichi would like her. So they have this whole argument, and Toma, I think it's like a protective mechanism. He's like, no, Taichi's not at all considering the possibility of dating me. And Futaba's like, but he is thinking about it though. And Toma's like, but I'm a guy. And it's like, bro, you're literally a guy with a crush on another guy. What? How is the math that Taichi, it's impossible for Taichi to like you back? That's all I'm saying. So yeah, that's as far as I've gotten. I'm about halfway through the last volume in this series, and I'm very emotional, in part because it's so clear to me that Taichi is bisexual, but obviously it's not being verbalized because he hasn't come to terms with it. But my frustration is that it's feeling very bi erasure, which is not the point. I know it's not the point. I'm just suffering. In conclusion, I'm suffering. So that's the update for today. So of course, I just remembered something else about the volume that I wanted to talk about. That's why I blocked it out, because it's a lot. So Taichi makes it home from school and he's very upset. So he trashes his room and he sees the little talisman that Toma made for him for, you know, good luck, success, and whatnot. And he looks at it for a while. And for a while, I was scared he was gonna break it. But he ends up opening it, which he's not supposed to do because it's not entirely proper etiquette for these kinds of talismans, you know? And what's inside is a drawing that they made as kids, part of one of the board games that Taichi and Toma developed together. And it's one of the parts of the board game that it's like one of the most powerful things you can get is like friendship power. And that's what he had, what was written on the piece of paper that he found inside the talisman. And that hurt. And so I stopped reading there to avoid crying on the bus, because I started this vlog series saying it, and I'll say it again. This series is about how much these characters care for one another, and absolutely each one of them wants only happiness for the other and only wants to have the other person in their life. So it's a lot, y'all. I'm done. I'll probably update you tomorrow or whatever. See you then.
Damn it. I finished Blue Flag. I'm gonna have an official update, better update later, but oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. It ended, like, I knew how it was gonna end. I already knew, like, literally almost every single one of the last pages. My friend sent them to me. But still getting there. And one of the pages in particular. Ooh. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to y'all when I'm not walking to campus. Probably when I get back home. I'll update you with the nitty-gritty.
First and foremost, I think my girl is very important. She's very important. Say hello to your fans, Wylan. Say hi. Isn't she cute? Anyway, I have no idea if y'all can see her, but she's amazing. Good baby. Good baby. Anyway, so as I told y'all, I finished Blue Flag, and I was not emotionally prepared for this experience at all. Wow. Even though I knew, seeing it was so much. I knew, once I remembered, I knew that Taichi and Toma were gonna end up together. I knew that because my friend, when she read it probably a year ago or so, was freaking the fuck out when it happened, because she was not expecting it. Because, and this comes from her words, she is more experienced with manga than I am. She's like, this is a shonen, so it's not supposed to be homo. And so she was surprised when it turned out to be canonical that they were together. But the way that this kind of circumnavigates that and does not turn into a BL or like a traditional BL is that it's implied that they're together. Like visually you get quite a few cues that they're together, but the two of them are not shown on the page together. Like, what do I mean by that? I'm gonna show you straight up. What happens. So part of what happens is that Futaba and Taichi date for a couple of years, and then they break up and they have kind of a falling out because Taichi can't really handle spending time with her, even though they had agreed to be friends. And so it's I think
collectively it's 7 years after, but maybe minimum 5 years later, at the most 7 years later, Futaba is getting married to someone else. And we see, hopefully you can see this, that right here it says name and it says Ichinose, and that is Taichi's last name. And so at first you think that Taichi is the one signing this and is the one at Futaba's wedding, but then you realize that he is not. He is not there because another of his friends had a wedding that same day, and since he had a falling out with Futaba, he chose to go to the wedding of his other friend. I never mentioned him because he was a side character, but here is where we get the explicit confirmation that Taichi was at this wedding and not at Futaba's wedding. So we see this all from Toma's perspective, essentially, because we're seeing everything from his eyes. We're looking at Taichi. Everyone before that is just what he's seeing, and no one says his name in these interactions. No one says Toma, but you know it's him. One, because he got invited to the wedding in the first place. Two, because there's a reference to Kensuke, who is one of Toma's friends. And then we get this iconic shot of Taichi, and he has a wedding ring on. Very important. And then we end with these two very distinctly male hands holding. The choice was made not to show Toma, and of course, one could make the argument that it's someone else, but obviously it's not. Obviously it's not. And I feel like because it was a shonen, the author chose to do it in a more ambiguous way while still making it explicitly clear that he ends up with a man, aka Toma. So it was an interesting choice. Honestly, I'm giving the whole fucking series 5 stars, which we already anticipated was going to happen. This is not news. This is not new. But my only complaint about the series is that I wanted one more volume. Because honestly, we get to the point where Taichi kind of accepts that he definitely still wants Toma in his life, even though he can't deal with being romantically with him. And Toma accepts that, and he's like, I can do that. I can maintain this relationship, this friendship with you without pushing something romantic. And so that's kind of where we end. So we don't see when Taichi realizes that he's bisexual. Instead, we skip and kind of maybe get the implication that maybe Futaba and him broke up because of his feelings for Toma, but it's not said explicitly. Anyway, I would have liked a volume where we could spend time with Taichi processing his bisexuality and coming into the realization that he wants to be with Toma. I mean, like, obviously the natural conclusion at the end is that he accepted his sexuality. One of the great pieces of evidence that Taichi is bisexual is that Toma and the husband of Masumi, because it turns out Masumi is a bi icon. Iconic. I was not expecting that twist. Really was not expecting it. Honestly, I would have preferred a little bit more build up to that, but I completely respect the fact that it takes time to realize your own sexuality, and sexuality is fluid and all of that. So Masumi's iconic. She is my bi icon now. She was a lesbian icon before. Now she's a bi icon. But the point is that she has a husband, and Toma and this husband have this whole exchange where the husband is like, oh, I'm so nervous. I see her with men and women and I get jealous in all of the interactions. And Toma basically agrees. And I'm like, that's very bisexual. Very bisexual right there, Taichi. I know that it's indirectly telling me these things. So yeah, anyway, I think everything you need to know is that this series was a lot. This series
was a lot, made me very emotional, did a lot for me, and I can't wait to own the whole series. Like, I know some of the volumes are very difficult to find right now because of all the printing, shipping crap going on in this world now, but I want this series so bad. So bad. It was so good. Volume 7 and 8 tried to fucking annihilate me, but I respect it. I accept it because it was such a worthwhile ride. So amazing, so iconic. I just want to read it all again. So yeah, that is it for this vlog. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm exhausted. I'm in the middle of finals. I'm about to eat some soup and then relax and watch some TV before bed because I have not been sleeping well these last few days. So wish me luck on my finals, although by the time this vlog will be up, hopefully next week, I will mostly be done with finals, but regardless, send me good vibes. So yeah, I'll see you next time.